Welcome back. In our previous session, we created our first unit test. This is the unit test that you see on the screen here, which drove us to create the shopping cart class. Why? Because we were trying to instantiate a new shopping cart class which didn't exist. We had a corresponding compilation error, and this forced us to create the shopping cart class over here. So far, so good. Let's go back to the red-green refactor diagram. Right, we're back with red-green refactor. In the last session, we started with red. This was the failing unit test to instantiate the shopping cart. It failed because we had a compilation error, the shopping cart class didn't exist. We then moved on to the second stage, green. We created the shopping cart class, and the unit test compilation error disappeared. We could run the unit test, the test was now green, and we're moving on. Step 3, refactor. Is there anything that we can refactor in the code? Refactor, if you're not familiar with the term, means improving the structure of our code without changing the behavior. So can we improve the look and feel of our production code as well as the look and feel of our test code? Let's go back to Visual Studio and take a look. We're back in Visual Studio. Here we got our test. It's really quite a simple test. We're just trying to instantiate a new shopping cart. There really isn't too much we can change in here. We've got our shopping cart class. There really isn't anything to this class just yet. It doesn't have any behavior. The refactor step is something we will leave out this time. Let's go back to the diagram. Right, so refactor is not an issue. What happens next? We repeat with the next step. The arrow points towards red. So we've gone through one iteration of the TDD workflow. Now we're back with one red. We need to write our next unit test. That unit test, as per the 3 rules of TDD, let me just go back to that. So here we've got the 3 rules of TDD. Rule number 1 asks us to only write production code when we've got a failing unit test, which is something that we want to write now. And with regards to rule number 2, we only want to write enough of a unit test to make the test fail. So this is really quite an important part. We now want to carefully think about what the next behavior is that we want to elicit through a unit test. So we want to write a failing unit test so we can then get the behavior. We have got the shopping cart class. What behavior might we want to write next? Let's have a quick look at the requirements for our shopping cart. Right, shopping cart requirements. The desired behavior, step number 1 is we must be able to add items into the shopping cart. Okay, is this something that we might want to look at next? Or are we not quite done yet with the shopping cart? Okay, a little bit confusing. What would be the smallest possible unit test we could write to derive behavior from our shopping cart that we want? And it might not actually have anything to do with adding items into the cart. Could you please take 30 seconds, maybe a minute, to think about what kind of unit test you would write next for the shopping cart? And I'll then see you on the next video. Thank you.